Don't you love it when impartial sources come out and they give you the truth? They give you the little details, the minute details relating Chelsea Football Club from an outside perspective, and you start realizing that your own journalists are just lying. They're misinformed. Well, I've got the truth, the harsh truths. Every single Chelsea fan will be needing to listen to this. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Kavkas View, and today's video is a very insightful one because Christian Falk from Germany has actively come out, basically the Bayern correspondent, and has literally said true, false on a bunch of stories relating to Chelsea because Thomas Tuchel is there. Number one, we've got the update on Anthony Barry. What is going on? There is a definitive answer from Christian Falk. Number two, is Kai Havertz going to Bayern Munich? Is Mason Mount going to Bayern Munich? And is Declan Rice going to Bayern Munich? The four stories that are revolving around Chelsea. And a lot of you are going to say, why are you talking about Declan Rice? Well, allegedly, Declan Rice is a Chelsea player at this moment in time. According to a lot of Chelsea fans, he's proper Chelsea. He should be getting signed. And that Chelsea are trying to sign him. And I'm proving a point here when I tell you, don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything I tell you guys that these sources are saying. Because we need to take it as a pinch of salt, take the truth out of it, and expose the lie. Now let's get into it. Let's decipher it. We're going to start with Kai Havertz, go into Mason Mount, Declan Rice, and then Anthony Barry. Let's move on. But before we do that, we need to get the admin stuff out the way. I need the support, guys. I need you guys to honestly punch that button from the beginning. Hit that like button. You've made it this far. It's super important. I want 1,000 likes on this video. It goes a long way. It's the cheapest, easiest thing you guys can do for the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And finally, in the pinned comment is my Instagram. Go follow me there. I want to hit 1,000 followers. Let's do it. Other than that, let's start with recently, since Thomas Tuchel has took the Bayern Munich job, a lot of Chelsea players have been linked to the club. A lot of Chelsea players, like literally Mateo Kovacic, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, they've all been linked to Bayern Munich. It's been an ongoing discussion from the German media, the English media, that Kai Havertz will be making a return even prior to the appointment of Thomas Tuchel at Bayern. Kai Havertz will be leaving Chelsea. Chelsea are not happy with him. Well, that's not true because what we've seen is Kai's played the most minutes for Chelsea this season. Kai has been a consistent starter under both managers. And more importantly, Kai Havertz has been really stepped up in recent weeks from a statistical output and performance. Today, Christian Falk from Bild has come out and said, it's not true. Kai Havertz will not be joining Bayern Munich this summer. Bayern Munich have sat down with Thomas Tuchel and they have discussed the possibility of Kai Havertz joining. They believe he is surplus to requirement. They believe that at this moment in time, Kai Havertz is not an asset that they're willing to invest into. This is great news. Kai Havertz should be staying at Chelsea. I genuinely believe Kai Havertz, Nkunku, Joao Felix, Mudryk, Sterling, that's the five we should go around and give it our all next season, unless we go and sign a killer number 9. Then the 6 of them need to find how to make some space to rotate and make the system work. I don't like too many options. I think it's overkill, but each to their own. So Christian Falk basically confirms it's not happening. Story number 2. So as soon as Tuchel took over, Mason Mount to Bayern Munich started running rampant. And let me give you a little timeline. Mount has not been offered a new contract in recent weeks. It's basically got taken off the table and they're going to start renegotiating. In the summer, he's basically given an ultimatum. Either he's going to sign the next contract that's offered to him or he's getting sold. It's as simple as that. No negotiations. The club is done. Paul Whitney, Stanley, or whatever his name is, has been put in charge of the negotiations. It was Bowley and Igbali initially, but now that they've brought in the recruitment staff, they're basically the chief execs of the club, and they're going to be negotiating with Mount's camp. What has happened? Mount's been linked with Liverpool, and then in recent weeks it escalated. Manchester United, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and everyone's asking, wow, he's got so many options. Guys, these options are not real. We've seen this before with Declan Rice. The options are consistently being touted out there. Interest is something that occurs with every player. Every player has interest. Everyone's agent talks to everyone's clubs. It works like that. If you're somebody in the game, and Mason Mount is somebody, let's not pretend Mason Mount is a bad player. Mason Mount is a very good player, but Mason Mount just isn't Chelsea caliber in the sense of he should be starting every game. If Mason Mount wants to be an impact sub and be a bench player, he is more than welcome to stay, in my opinion. I think Mason Mount adds a lot to the team in that aspect. But if Mason Mount's going to be a consistent starter, I don't want him to stay. I genuinely would sell him, take the 50 million and move on. But Christian Falk has said he's not even been on the table of discussion. They're not discussing this. Tuchel and Bayern have not even discussed adding Mason Mount into the team. Look, Bayern Munich work on a strict regimen of this is what we're going to pay in wages, this is what we're going to pay in transfer fee. They're not going to pay 50, 60 million for Mason Mount and give him the wages that he will desire. They don't need midfield options, and Falk clearly says this. They believe the midfield is adequate. They don't believe the midfield is an issue. They believe they have enough options in the midfield. And when you actually think about it from a logistical standpoint, Goretzka and Kimmich are more than good enough. They've got Gravenberch coming off the bench. He's a midfield option. They've got Szoboszlai coming back next year. And they're linked with Coman. They're going to be fine. I genuinely don't believe they need Mason Mount. And if Mason Mount wants to play in the front positions, who's he going to play in front of? Sané, Gnabry, Musiala? I don't see it. Thomas Müller? I don't see it. What are we doing? Falk basically said it's not true. The German correspondent for Barcelona, the person that gets fed, Bayern Munich, the person that gets fed information with a spoon into his mouth, literally said, it's not true. Yet I'm meant to believe from Matt Law and other journalists that there are so many clubs that want him. They're making it up. I'm telling you, this is PR at its finest. Mount's people feeding them information that isn't true to make Chelsea panic. And another story, Declan Rice. Declan Rice apparently has had meetings with Chelsea, West Ham and Arsenal last week, and this week he sat down with Bayern Munich. Guess what Christian Falk said? Have a guess. You guessed it. Perfectly. You guessed it. It's not true. He said nobody from Bayern Munich met up with Declan Rice's agent. This was not even in discussion. They're not interested. Guys, Declan Rice is priced at £100 million. Bayern cannot afford him. Listen, this is Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. They don't have the finances that Premier League clubs like Chelsea have. And the fact that people are trying to get sold this dream that Declan Rice has been linked with Bayern Munich now, he must be world class. Guys, Declan Rice has been linked with Chelsea for 3 seasons now. And Chelsea have made it very abundantly clear if they want a player this day. Enzo Fernandez is the epitome. If you want a player, every player has their price. So please, stop listening to what some of these journalists are saying, because I'm telling you now, they're getting fed information from the same mouths that are trying to get this move. This is trying to speak it into existence. This is talking about something and trying to bring it to fruition. Declan Rice's next move most probably will be Arsenal Football Club, and I believe they're like the only club that is willing to pay the money that is required of £80 million. I don't understand why, but they believe they want it. If they believe that a midfield of Partey and Rice is going to be amazing and it's an upgrade on Xhaka and Partey, good luck to you guys. I highly doubt that you're going to enjoy that midfield, but that's just my personal... Finally, Falk also said the truth about Anthony Barry. Anthony Barry has notified Chelsea Football Club, according to Matt Law, that he wants to leave and that he wants to join Thomas Tuchel and move to Germany, to Bayern Munich, and he wants to basically join his coaching staff. Chelsea are unhappy with the public pursuit from Bayern Munich. They also said that they want compensation. They aren't letting him go for cheap. They aren't going to get bullied into letting their star premium coach go. And they believe that Bayern want him, they should pay a fee. Negotiations are happening as we speak. There should be an update within a couple of weeks. Anthony Barry will be going to Bayern Munich. It's as simple as that. They'll most probably pay the 200k to 300k, whatever it costs, to take him out of his contract and move him across to Germany, where he's going to be working under Thomas Tuchel again and just developing in a new league. I think a lot of people now are trying to put a bad image on Anthony Barry's name. Personally, I think that's harsh. You can't really credit too much for the assistants. We don't know what they do. I said this in a video or two ago. Reality is we're not there. We don't understand the impact they have. We can actively blame the manager when we lose because we live and die by the sword of the manager. He makes the substitutions. He selects the team. He essentially is the man responsible for the results. Number 2, we can blame the players because we actively see how they perform. We can look at them and say they did this well, they did that well. We can't look at the assistant manager and give him any blame. What are you going to distribute? They're saying he's the set piece coach. Really? The set piece coach? Like, we're really going to be looking at set pieces and blame him for the way we're organized and the way the players are not attacking the ball? I think you're reaching there because literally, I think you're over-analyzing the game in that standpoint. You're literally trying to play FM too much and you're trying to literally pinpoint a specific individual to blame something because things are going too wrong. That's my personal opinion. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. It's been one heck of a day. I just need your love and support here. In the comments below, if you made it all the way here, drop a little pineapple and an emoji down there. Just let me know you made it to the end. So write pineapple or drop a pineapple emoji in the comments. It'll mean the world to me. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.